I'm Alexander Warman. What I want to talk about is my natural family. I've been talking to my friend and stuff about this. I've been talking to the nurse who comes to see me about it. And the thing is, I'm a bit uncomfortable, as I've said to people. It's good to get back in touch with my natural father, but I'm a bit uncomfortable because I feel that he hasn't changed a lot, and I must admit I'm slightly disappointed with him over that. But one thing I would definitely want to do is get in contact with my youngest. I have a younger sister called Stacey, and I would like to get in contact with her because I believe that it's important for me to do that, because I know she'd probably want to speak to me. My brother John, my actual brother John, unfortunately he's kind of not been in contact for like 5 years. I'm hoping Stacey will get in contact with me. Don't know for sure whether she will or not, but my dad said that she probably will because he gave her the phone number. I believe sooner or later, I'm only guessing saying I believe sooner or later she will. I certainly hope so. I'll say I'm a bit like, I feel quite nervous about when I was talking to him for the first time. I felt really anxious, but I was glad that I did because I thought I'd regret it more if I didn't. It's always hard for anybody. He wasn't maybe what I expected him to be after all these years. Maybe I thought he would have changed more, matured more, maybe he hasn't. But I suppose in a way, I should have expected that. It's nothing I can't deal with. But it's not, it's not easy for anybody, and he's in his late 50s now, I think, early 50s, and with just, the problem is, because he might be going back to prison, and he said he would write to me if he does. I feel slightly let down because I think that he owes it to me, to Stacey, to John, and more than just me, them, to be a father. Now they don't need if their father behind bars in prison, because they might need his support. Excuse me. If they, for example, if they're going to get married, they want their father, at the wedding. They wouldn't want their father in prison. So you've got to take on board that as well. It's sad. It's a tragic situation, and I'll always love my natural dad no matter what he does. But either way, I feel let down by him. I think he knows that. I challenged him a couple of times and said, he shouldn't boast about things he's done that are violent, that are not nice. And I will speak to my father's face about that if it comes to it. We have a strange relationship, maybe people might think, but I'm not going to completely lose contact with him just yet. I've gone through my whole life now sort of resenting him. I don't want to resent him, but that's just how it's been. And like today, there's no fault for consequences. I'm closest person I am to, apart from my family now, is my girlfriend Marlene. I love Marlene very much. I care about her, and she's very genuine. And you know what? I think my dad's happy for me. I'm not saying he's a good man, because I don't think he is a good man, but he's a bad man, but he's got his good points. I think he cares about me. He wants the best for me. He wants me to be with somebody who really cares about me. I'm sorry what happened to his ex-wife getting ill, and cancer and all that, He was upset last time I spoke to him on the phone because he was thinking about my natural mum who's now dead, but, he's trying to get on with his life. People and want to, don't they? Because they don't want to dwell on the past all the time. Because I've done that far too much. You know, so I would say to anybody, anybody actually, not just, you know, just in my family, I'd say to anybody, you know, don't throw away the lost time, because once that, you know, once that time's gone, you know, and once you think the time's still there, you know, you've got the time. Once it's gone, you know, gotcha. You know, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it because you think about it. I think my father's not always going to be there, but at the time I might have had less to spend nothing. But it's his choice. He chose to do these things. He goes back to prison. It's not my fault. His choice. He made the choice to, say, be bound to his ex-wife, and that's his own free will to do that, but it's still wrong. But it's his choice to do it. Father, I can't get you out of prison. If you go to prison, that's that. You could die in prison. That worries me. It worries me, not just for my sake, for my sisters, for the rest of the family's sake, for John's sake, for Stacey's sake. You know, what about all the people in his life who it might be important to? He goes back to prison. Maybe I would visit him in prison. I probably would, okay, but you know, and I certainly stress that. I stress that completely, that I would definitely do that, provided I wouldn't have to travel miles and miles to see him in the prison. You know, and I mean, I'm glad he's still alive. I'm glad I've had the chance to get to know him a bit better. Even if he's a horrible man, at least I've had the chance to get to know him a bit better. He bought me a very nice gold ring, actually, and it was a nice one. Didn't really fit me that well, but it was nice. And really, I don't want to become my father. I don't think I've become my father. I don't think I have become my father, because I think everyone's an individual, and I don't think I become. And you know, when my father said, you know, I've got the better of you, you know, I'm going to make you in my image, I'd say, okay, Dad, I'm becoming you, Dad. But then I'll say, gotcha, I'm not becoming you, because I'm me, I'm myself, my own person. You know, so he's got to accept that, whether he likes it or not. I'm not going to become my father. I have not become my father. And Tony Hitchin, my old friend, he might have said that you become a like. I'd say, Tony, you're wrong. I'm not becoming him. I am me. I'm like nobody but myself, Tony. I'm not like my father. Don't compare me to my actual father. I don't want to be like him. I'm not like him completely. I don't care if I look like him. I'm talking personalities here. I have free will. I don't have to become him. I don't have to like my natural mom. She was a nice woman. Do you know what he said? My dad said she was a saint. And maybe he's right. Maybe she was a saint in some ways. Because no one's perfect, but maybe in some ways she was. But she made mistakes like everybody. I know that. I don't know. She could have done bad things, yeah. She's done bad things. I know she done bad things, saint or not, or sinner, but it makes no difference, you know. My dad's very angry at God. My natural father's angry at God because he blames God for allowing my mother to die, my natural mother, and I feel sorry for him in that respect. But the way it's not right, he can't go round and take it out on everyone else, you know. So I just don't know where I stand. I don't know where I stand. You know, I don't know where I stand. And I hope that we can reconcile something between us, but if we can't reconcile something between us, you know, I believe he's evil. I believe he is evil a bit, or quite a lot anyway, but I also believe that he does care about me. And I've got to admit, I do care about him too.